G'day, and get yourselves ready for the big opening day event on November 12th at 30 Aqua Vista Way, San Francisco. Stop mucking about and dive down under and into the server for more details.
Established in April 2021, Upland Development United is the oldest and most exclusive and transparent no development collaborative in the Upland Metaverse. Contact Watch User Ben68 for more information. Warning: this podcast is produced by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment. It contains unsolicited and heavily biased opinions which are solely the views of the individuals involved. It does not include investment advice of any kind, and you are responsible for undertaking your own financial, including tax liability research relevant to your own individual circumstances.
Taking over the Upland. Upland Development United. Total meta domination.
G'day and welcome to the UDU Podcast, UDU number 75. I'm Ben68. Today's show is recorded live either Tuesday the 8th or Wednesday the 9th of November, depending on where you're at. Now, speaking of that, apparently parts of the US is under daylight savings time, which has kind of thrown a spanner in the works, as they say, but we'll see how we go. With me is the Pixel Banshee, Morchi, some of our regular segment hosts, a selection of the finest Upland Development United team members, and a healthy dose of general Upland community members. If you are watching on YouTube or listening on Spotify and wondering how you yourself can get involved live, well, we drop the link to the Zoom within the Metaverse Ventures Entertainment server each and every Tuesday at about 6:15 p.m. UTC time. Link is in the description. I don't know. I don't think UTC time changes with daylight saving, does it? That should be standard. Hopefully. So today we'll be catching up on some contemporary crypto. Ooh, some nice big fat red candles, as I just had a look before. Upland and NFT news and events. We'll be running through some of the highs and lows from the week that was and will be in and around the Upland Metaverse. We'll touch on some Upland Development United stuff, MVE, Samurai Aquatics updates, including the big upcoming opening day sales. And of course, we'll be giving away 10,000 UPEX for the weekly challenge. And one of our live participants will again have their shot at the 1 million UPEX wheels. All right, let's get straight into the Breaking Badly news segment and take a look at what's happening in some of the crypto and Upland markets. Now, I did take this snapshot about 20 minutes ago, and basically everything's changed since I took this snapshot. But we can see here that the global crypto market cap is still over 1 trillion, although it did dip below that through the week, since bounced back. But with all these red candles that just kicked in, it might actually have gone down again. Bitcoin dominance has dropped a little bit too, was 38.7% last week. Everybody piling into the shitcoin still, so 38.3% this week. Now, that's what I like to see as far as the coinage goes, down or flat. I'm not going to touch on too much there, except for have a look at Solana and Polygon. There was a flippening that happened during the week. So Polygon has overtaken Solana in the crypto list. So what have we got here? Solana's up 26%, I think. Don't quote me on that. I believe that's on the back of a partnership with Instagram, is it? Something like that. So yeah, 20%. 26% up for Polygon, was 87 cents last week, $1.18 this week. And of course, with Solana having a flippening, I guess some of the FUDs rubbed off on that, and it was $32, $36 last week, down to $27 this week, 18% drop. So yes, I took this snapshot when Bitcoin was 20,144, but just going to have a quick look at the charts. So this is the Bitcoin chart on the 2-hourly. And yeah, just after I took the snapshot, we've got some nice big fat red candles going down, down, down. Let me just check. If I scroll up, I should be able to see the market cap. No, market cap still just over 1 trillion. But yes, most of the other charts look very similar on what's going on. So proceed with caution, as they say. That's all we touch on for crypto today. Like I said, it's a bit all over the place, but I like seeing 1% drops or zeros. That means I can just keep gobbling it up. Upland continues to slide. The 90-day average transaction volumes down another 4%, was 67 million UPEX last week, down to 64 million this week. And the 90-day average trading volume is also down 4%, down to 3,588. Now, again, I hate that I have to keep show sharing. But what does that mean? Well, let's have a look at some of these charts over at Upland. And it looks pretty ugly, I would say, if it's going to load for me. No, if anybody would like to donate a new laptop to the show, it would be greatly appreciated. We're waiting. Here we go. At last, perhaps. I think it's a mix of my shitty laptop and this Upland site. The marketplace analytics takes forever to load. And the annoying thing was I had all this preloaded and then it just bounces and reloads it. I'm about to pull the pin. There we go. Just when I was about to rage quit. So it's a pretty ugly chart. I mean, look at the daily transaction volume. If you put some trend lines on the top there, there's one direction it's going. Ignore that little bit at the end. The way they've set up the chart, it just drops off to oblivion. I hate charts that do that, but it is what it is. So yeah, doesn't look very, very good. Same for this one. You have to ignore the number of swaps charts because clearly when that fell off the cliff, that was when they put the kibosh on collection swaps with the holding time you needed to have. But again, daily trading volume, if you put a trend line on that, I don't know. There's probably better chart readers out than me, but it's just trending down. So, but I do know that there's some news on the way that might just change our direction with that. Do I have a hurting tooth? No, I don't have a hurting tooth. Why am I talking weird?
A little bit every so often. It could be just me, but I just want to make sure. Does anybody else hear Ben?
Probably
like it's fine now, but before it was a little.
Probably my new shitty headset, which I'm ready to throw in the bin.
Like right now, it's like a little bit of a lisp.
I've probably got coffee mouth too. I sculled my coffee before we kicked off. A little muffled. All right. Let me see if I can tweak this.
Okay, good. Thank God someone else can hear it. It's like every so often. It's not all the time, but every so often you sound like you have like a speech impediment.
No, I'm just Australian.
I've never heard it before. I just want to make sure everything's okay because, you know, that's what happened. Like, I don't know.
I'm having all sorts of audio issues with this new headset. So probably a whole bunch of things, but we'll see how we go. So yes, that's all I'm going to touch on for crypto and the Upland markets. Like I say, we'll get onto some news about why that might be looking at a turnaround a bit later on. We're going to kick straight into Uplando segment. Oh, geez, did you want to take it away? Sorry.
Sure. Yeah. Uplando. And sorry about this morning, guys, with like not sending any stuff out, but it was a weird morning. But yes, Uplando, take it away.
I feel like we need to get Cheese a Harriet, like a Potter wand, so she can go SEO Uplando, and then I just yeah.
Wait. Hold on.
What is it? The one that has the fire?
Oh well, I can only use a back scratcher at this moment. SEO Uplando.
And you know what? That has been mentioned. SEO has, you know, it's usually Uplando. So I appreciate you putting the SEO. It's good stuff. So you triggered so many things in my brain. First and foremost, I could only hear ELOs "Don't Bring Me Down" when Ben was mentioning the crypto markets and the Upland markets. So now that's going to be stuck in my head on repeat. It's a great song, but not what you want to hear. You want to hear "We Are the Champions" from Queen. That's what you want to hear. You don't want to hear "Don't Bring Me Down." For Upland, there's been so much going on. I'm gonna go through it like I'm hopped up on caffeine this morning, which I'm, of course, always hopped up on caffeine. So there, in the world of Upland, there's been a couple of otherwise really talked about events, changes that are coming to Upland. And the biggest one is this vote that we have. It's the UIP1 community vote. And what this basically is the Upland improvement proposal. And if you've gotten over to YouTube on the official Upland YouTube, you could see General Mort General Mort, Edon, and Dirk talking about it. They kind of introduced it. They went over it. It was a lot. We talked about it later in the cafe and kind of broke it down. Goldsmith had his perspective on it. More Cheese also getting in there. Many people giving their back and forth about what they felt about this. And it is otherwise just binary. It's either yes or no. You flip the switch on or off. That's what you're voting for. And I think a lot of people were saying, Brewster's Millions, none of the above. We'd like to see something else. We'd like to see a potential differentiation of something, change this up, give us some better options. But this is what we have. There is a town hall meeting that's going to be today. It's will be formatted like a town hall assembly. There will be a stage in Discord. They'll have Edon and Dirk discussing economic proposal in front of a live audience. They'll cover how the economic proposal would benefit the Upland economy and the ecosystem, and why it's important to pivot from the original plan outlined in the 2019 white paper. And then those joining the Discord will have a chance to take the stage, ask questions, raise concerns, advocate for or against however this is going to go down. This ought to be very, very interesting. I haven't seen a town hall like this in quite some time. I haven't seen this format done in quite some time. So should prove to be very interesting. And then, of course, there will be a vote. I am not 100% sure on how the vote is going to take place. We did that in game for the last time for the naming of one of the terraformers. So that was interesting and fun. So I'm sure that's exactly how it'll be done. If you don't have yourself KYC, know your customer, you're going to want to do that. You're going to go in-game dashboard, click on the three little dots at the bottom, click settings, verify your identity. That's what you have to do. Once that is cleared, then you can set yourself up with a home address. You're going to have a piece of land in Upland and a structure to do so. Choose wisely, and then you are part of the community. You are an upstanding Uplander individual, as it were. So do that whole thing and get ready for this vote. The other interesting tidbit of information that we had gotten, we've been waiting for this. It's been a couple weeks. X1 the Gamer, who is one of the lead community managers, Ed Lamaherd, as he calls himself, in fact, had what was otherwise a subtext on there. Says major announcement coming. And it was ready, and then a week, and then whatever. And last night during the show in the cafe, he dropped a llama, which was Miles, that had a bunch of flags and a soccer ball.
I've got that here. Let me pull that up.
Yeah, let's get a little shot. There you go. What's up? So this is very interesting. I, as many suspected all along, this was football related, soccer related, and wouldn't it be interesting if it was FIFA? If it was World Cup.
Did you see the next part where somebody found that image was titled FIFA Miles _1 PNG?
Exactly. Ooh. There were some detectives rolling through, and so that is what we presume it to be. If this is the case, and we've had this with the NFLPA excitement, there are so many things to unpack that we don't know. What does this do, and how does this bring in players into the metaverse of Upland? Will this bolster and support what is otherwise a little bit of a slide on all the economics that we're having? And will this come in before the end of the year so we can have a merry end of the new year for this 2022 and go out on a nice green slide, upward trajectory on everything would be very, very nice. So those are the two big things that are going on right now. Of course, we have year-end announcements, things that are coming up, Spark Week, your traditional things that are going on. We'll have probably an Ornaments Block Explorer sale, and you'll be able to decorate your structures in Upland. There may be some contests and things of that nature. I will make mention that we have some very special guests in the Upland Cafe coming up on the 10th and 11th. Holy smokes. we've got a premier NFT artist who does some really very cool things. I believe that artist's name is More Cheese. What's up? Going to have some very cool stuff. And then we'll follow that up on the 11th with the entire Samurai Aquatics team, which will be D-Tech. Now that he's freshly out of jail, he can come and join in with the gang. He's back. Ben 68 and of course More Cheese will all be there. Very cool things that'll be happening there. And congratulations on your grand or otherwise your opening and having the sales that you guys did. That was really fun to watch. So that's all that I have, unless you have any questions.
If you're okay, Ben, I have one thing I want to bring up about the vote.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let me just send this one thing. So I talked to a couple people last night. I won't name any names because I wanted to have a better understanding of the whole vote thing. I take Upland very seriously. I want what's best for Upland and for the community. So basically, in layman's terms, all right, so this is the part of the vote on Reddit that I took and am understanding the best. These details lead to this key point. We found a better approach for funding the Upland pool. First, instead of minting UPX to the Upland pool, 100% of the minted UPX goes to the community. This would occur only when monetary expansions are necessary. Now, so basically what they're saying is, instead of minting new UPX directly to them, they want to take the UPX out of the community pool, but then mint the new UPX to the community pool. That's all the vote consists of. My only setback from this, which I voiced, was if we can know going forward that they'll keep the community pool at a healthy rate. I personally will have no issue voting yes. I voiced this concern and they're going to actually cover it in the discussion today. So going forward, I know I'm very transparent. Ben and I are very transparent. If I can get an answer on this, I personally will be voting yes.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't see anything in yesterday's thing that would get me to change my votes. My biggest thing, like you've just mentioned, with transparency, and this was, I put this down as my wine of the week, but I can bring it forward because it makes sense now. My whole thing is the lack of transparency that's apparent with the vote count. Like Mort basically just came out and said, no, there'll be, nobody will know the vote count or anything to do with the vote count until it's all done and finished, which I just think that's just a missed opportunity and it's just going to fuel the fudsters. So I don't really understand why, because we see live vote counts with all of the other stuff we do. Yeah, that just seems like a weird one to me. So that's the only aspect that I don't like. But like I said, with the whole thing they did last night, there was nothing. I don't think there was anything groundbreaking in there. They were just going over most of the stuff which was already known.
It just confused me even more. In fact, if we didn't have that, it would have even been better. I'm hoping that the town hall will explain more, like less fluff, more information. I was able to get information directly, exactly from this one person, and it was clear, concise, and straight to the point. I personally don't like fluff. If you tell me a bunch of words, I'll be thinking of food.
It just reminded me of my work where you're just putting out little fires. It just seems like most of that seemed to be devoted to like addressing the FUD and trying to put out some of those fires. So
yeah, but they also laughed at the FUD, which is like, all right, you're putting out fires, but then one member of your team is lighting them again.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah, so we shall see how it all pans out. All right, thank you, Uplando. You forgot to do your plug, mate. Where can we go for some juicy block explorers?
I'm glad you asked. Yes, you can do that over in Fresno, California. All you got to do is go to your in-game dashboard, click on the search for H&M El Camino. It's in Fresno, California. You'll see it there in the River Park Shopping Mall, where other MetaVenturists have landed in that neighborhood as well. There are some goodies out there. There's a very rare Merced Manor Block Explorer that's up there. It's an 8 and 9. There's a splitter mint for the Genesis 2022 Compass that's there. And I think people mainly gobbled up all the turkey stuff that I had. However, you never know when you can get yourself a full turkey Block Explorer for being in the cafe coming up in one of these events. You never know when something like that's going to be up for trivia.
Nice. Now, I did see there was a bit of rage in the community where people weren't able to list their Block Explorers because all the shops were full after the whole Halloween drop.
Yeah, it's one of the things that is continuing, and it's been very interesting. If you haven't noticed, there have been at least one Block Explorer shop from the original that had started that has closed due to inactivity and not doing and participating in MetaVentures. There has also been a problem with legits. My, experience with some of this has been either putting up these legits or trying to put them up in shops, or trying to put Block Explorers up in shops, and there's no communication between the shop owners. So it's always best to find who your shop owner is, look for them in Discord, ask around, get some references, what's so forth and for off, and then get that communication going, because there's no one like the shop owner to help you do get the best return for these Block Explorers, and they know the marketplace. So we know what's selling. We know a lot of situations is the pricing point for these Block Explorers, which they're soft. We're in a bear market on these pieces, and they will, if not priced correctly, sit in the shops, which is not what you want. We always like to have stock in shop because, full shop is nice to look at, but you also want to sell these digital assets and make something off of them. So please contact your shop owner. I know of a good one that's got a hat on, smokes hemp cigarettes. His name is Uplando. Check him out.
Nice. Thank you, mate. All right, here we go. Now, I do know that Joe and Rob were going to try and jump in a bit earlier today, but this whole daylight saving situation has thrown them out. I don't believe Joe's in yet. Any update on that, Rob?
Not quite yet. Waiting to hear, but if he doesn't show pretty soon, we'll just go ahead.
All right. No worries. We might sling it over to the Upland Puppet if you're there, mate, for the node report.
I am. How's it going, everybody? Good afternoon. Let's see. So I am sorry. I can't really stay on too long today. My brother-in-law's here and he needs to use my computer. He's really intrusive. I apologize about that. He's kind of making me uncomfortable. Anyways, I stopped by the Copacabana this week. What a beautiful place that is. A lot of nice little screenshots over there on these houses. But what I wanted to do this week is stop by one of the up and coming nodes. This place only currently has 10 residents. And I said, I can't cover these nodes constantly that are just, well established and are more difficult to get in. The interesting part with this node is it is a collection. So it did sell out pretty quick, as you can imagine. And with them having 20% of available props that are owned by the current node members, that's leaving a lot of room for new members to get in there and purchase some properties from people looking to sell. Anyway, so the key members over here, and I never know what to say. Is it an owner? Is it a manager? It's not a mayor at this point. I'm curious of what this title is going to become, because I never know what to title them.
Yeah, we kind of, within the UDU, we just say manager, node manager.
Manager, great. All right, so the node manager is Indiana Dan. He's a really, really fun guy. He's in Floating Farm server a lot, which is my project, my NFT project. And let's see. So he runs this node, which is where I got to meet him and got to talk to him. So Zozo is another person Kenny knows. These are the key players. Kiki from the HOS, Prospector, and Chetmate rather. So these are some names that you've probably heard. I mean, for a new node, there's some really nice people, I'll be honest, for the few that they have going so far. The current features that they're offering right now is a really fun thing they have in their Discord, which is a daily free NFT drop. which is actually why I started to figure out who these guys were. They do a thing where they drop NFTs in one channel, and the quickest person to grab it can have it. Everybody just throws them up. It's a fun time. Let's see. So some other things they have, they've got a Spark train system going over to let new players with less Spark participate in the node, while rewarding the larger stakers with more frequent builds. They have a partnership with the HOS that'll soon allow feeless Spark rentals for all node builders rather. They have a channel, a floating farms channel with random base drops. That is a plug. Why not? Yeah, floating farms. Check us out. Anyways, they have a thanks, Cheese. They have a channel over there, so I do toss them, and I am going to toss them some more farms to give away over there. It's a lot of fun, like I said. They are going to be the up and coming, competing against the champs. They're competing against the Woodhood in the next node battle. I wanted to get a smaller node in there with I like to get everybody to participate. I think that's important. Their current stats are they're at 131 built properties out of the 2,800 properties they have there, and that's at 3.36%. Again, I said that there was 10 residents currently. They're just under 20%, like I mentioned. Let's see. Recruitment, they said, is their key focus right now for their leadership. I think they're looking to get together a leadership and then move on from there. And they're currently 94 active sites that are being active construction sites. Let's see. Their floors are currently sitting at 22K for UPIX, 6 properties that'll get them up to the 30K mark. And their USD marks are at $14. 6 properties there will get them up to $20. They have a group that they call the floor sleepers that comes through, and they pick up the properties when they hit a certain amount. I'm not quite sure on that. They are working right now currently to complete a racetrack. They're looking to get a racetrack complete to submit that to the URL. Let's see, for a little bit more information there. And this is something new I'm going to do. I'm just going to ask the manager to just give me a little something about the node, whether that be, why they started the node or, anything they can really give. It's kind of a free form for them. Let's see. So this is from Indiana again. We are working on it, to say the least. Bringing COPA out of the HOS server to its own has done wonders for the revitalization of the membership. We still get a lot of new members from there, around 3 average a day, but being in the bank server kept us from having I can't say that darn word. Look, I have a list now. Channels to discuss all of our topics and for the nodes to be successful. The partnership with the HOS is key to the COPA as a node. However, members will enjoy a ton of benefits as the new website for the HOS matures, including free, as I said earlier, Spark rental, and other reductions in the banking fees. That's about all I have so far. I know that they are all busy and they're all putting in some work over here. This is something else is interesting, which I'm coming across as I'm reaching out to these nodes too, is it's people have like a buy, or they have a couple nodes that they're representing now. So I almost have to ask, what is your primary node if it's not the manager? Which I think is actually a cool thing, because people are starting to get ownership all across the map, and I'm curious to other people who aren't necessarily owners of a node or managers of a node. I'd like to see, if you are just a player, an Upland or whatever you are you based in a couple of nodes? Do you claim ownership on a couple of nodes? I know I am in Century City, but I am very partial in fact building a house in Woodhood too. That won't be my residence, but I will definitely stay there and put up some nice pictures on the house. Anyways, so that's all I got this week. I like I said, I didn't want to make this long. I apologize. You guys know why. Oh, you're waiting for him. Here he is. I'm sorry. Is this thing done yet?
He's a beast.
I got a question.
Yes.
When are you gonna have the floating farms Upland show yourself?
The Floating Farms Upland show, like
not Upland show, like your YouTube. I meant to say YouTube.
Floating Farms on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't considered it yet. I don't know. I have so much, I have so much going on right now. So I want to, I can add with that, the more cheese farm is absolutely a hit. It's going to get some more residents coming soon too. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm trying to go with the flow here. And this guy's really messing with my style.
He's a chunky man.
You know what? I wouldn't say that to him, man. You know what? All right, guys, I gotta go. I gotta let him get on the internet. He's doing a dating profile, and he says it's running out of time here. His clock's ticking. I apologize. So yeah, have a good day. He's done.
He's done.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, it's a tricky one, that, like, as far as running or being involved in multiple projects. It's something that we've dealt with as far as the UDU goes, with pushing for new projects ourselves, but you can get in a trap where you're constantly chasing the latest, greatest thing and you never actually get anything done. And then, of course, if you're just casually involved in a whole bunch of node projects, it's, you have to make some decisions at some point in time.
It's an interesting thought, and we discussed this in my node in particular, the fact that we had opened up a sub node in Beverlywood because we had hit that point where we were saturated with residents. You couldn't sell to anyone new, basically, at that. You don't have enough property left, and the property that is left goes through the roof. So, and I think a lot of nodes are painting themselves into that corner too with the amount of available properties. I think, if you pick a node with not enough properties, you're not going to get in that community that you need to really make it flourish down the line. So, just some things to think about.
Absolutely. And then we had a question in chat. Where was the node you spoke about? Can you just give us another heads up about that?
Sure. That was the Copacabana node. And,
sweet.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't, you know what? I wanted to mention the song. Oh my goodness. That song is unbelievably catchy, but that's the Copacabana node in Rio. And I also did want to mention this node has a coast. It has like a little arched coast, and what an amount of space it has on the water. But let alone, come on, that song. Can we just talk about that song for a minute? I love that song.
Copacabana.
Thank you so much, Rob. I didn't want to do it.
Is that Barry Manilow? Is that who it is?
I don't know.
Yes,
who is
precisely. That is.
Oh,
there we go.
Yes, thank you.
I don't know if I should be horrified or embarrassed that I know that.
I will say, if somebody pulls up next to me in traffic, I do roll my window up while I'm blasting it, but it's a good song.
Nice.
All right. Now, I don't believe Dak in today. He might have been somebody who got thrown all out of whack with the daylight saving drama. But how are we going, Rob? Are we gonna just do your thing?
I think so, which is fine.
I think Cheese was going to bounce off you if you can sync up with her.
Sure.
You might do to drop it like it's hot for you.
Yeah, I'd love that. Welcome to the 8th edition of
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
Thank you so much. You did that so good. Anyway,
I was
we
getting
did
my coffee.
perfect. Well, we did miss our giveaway last week, so we'd like to at least. I'm going to make sure to remind you for this week.
Yeah.
But anyway, I guess what we got going. The first drop to cover is a Kingdom Clash, and they're doing their PvP, and that stands for peer versus peer. Their PvP update, and as well as a troop and booster pack. I just got into the game last night and started messing with it, but it looks like it's a 3-way war going on between the Gunks, Yasuda, and Amundabu. Sorry if I slaughtered those, but it does look pretty fun. But yeah, I haven't made it too far quite yet. But yeah, so there's some artwork from it. But I thought that was at least worth mentioning. And then up next we have one of our favorites, the Funko Pops. They're coming out with Matrix X Pops, and that's going to actually be next Tuesday. So it's actually good to mention it now, give you a heads up since the show's on Tuesday, And so Tuesday, November 15th, 11 a.m. PST, giving you a heads up, and relive the discovery with Neo Trinity, among others, and should be a normal 5 NFT standard pack for $9.99 and a 25 NFT premium pack at $29.99. We don't know the absolute specs of this yet since the week before the drop, but next Tuesday we'll go over all the physical pops and those kind of things that we normally, the redeemables. And so I did want to mention one thing that happened as far as like the Funko Pops go, the physical redeemable pop specifically. You need to make sure that the redeemable date hasn't passed, you know, because you get all excited and you're looking for a Funko to buy, and you might be in like a series from prior, which was last year. This happened to me. So I bought a $50 one thinking it was this year's to get like the physical pop, and I didn't look at the date. And so it's a good thing to keep in mind to, you know, look at all the variations, rarities, and all those kind of things, and the dates if you're looking at something that, you know, a bigger purchase. At least, you know, a lot of them are like 2 or 3 cents, you know, so those are a little bigger purchases. I just wanted to bring that up so that other people don't make those same mistakes, you know. So anyway, and then Joe does have a contest he's putting on for all artists and designers. He hasn't mentioned this yet, and I want him to speak on it, but I believe it's going to post it in the community projects in the Upland Discord, and as well as the MV channel, I assume. And so keep your watch out for that. And yeah, that kind of wraps up this week of
Drop it like it's on.
Anyway, we'll have some. Thank you so much for doing that. But yeah, till next week, and we have some links in the description, a couple of them. So thank you guys. Sorry we missed Joe this week. I'm sorry.
That's all right, mate. Thank you for jumping in. And I mean, Funko's driving me crazy with all these drops that I want to do.
I know, they're making me broke.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, thank you guys.
All right. Yes, please throw something at me at the back end so we can give away that stuff.
For sure. I think it's going to be 3, just for the record.
Yes. All right. Now, Cheese, I believe we've got the Scooby in has got something to outline. Is that correct?
He's been talking to me about something really cool that I've been checking out for him and a few others. But Scooby, do you have some time? Do you want to give us a quick little thingy thing? Scooby.
No, I gotta sneak.
There you go.
Unmute. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, cool. My phone was all like, I don't know. Do you want to give it that permission? And I was like, I mean, probably. I want to talk. So, hi everyone. I'm Scooby, and I'm here to talk to you today about a little social network that I've created, that I've set up exclusively for Uplanders. You know that like Upland is working on in-game communication, and that's coming soon. And you know, like that's great. That's fine and dandy. We're all very excited about that. But the details on that, as far as I know, are still a little murky. And as much as I've been able to get is that like we're going to get just a couple of basically global Discord channels and maybe direct messaging, and that's cool. But I want to see an actual social network. I want a Twitter for Upland. I want a place where people can go and post their statuses and know that they're just interacting with Uplanders, and know that that Uplander is who they say they are. So I've set this up. You sign up for it, upix.social. That's the website, upix.social, real easy. Right now I'm manually verifying people because I'm working on getting that whole API thing to work out, where it does the thing where you put in your name and it takes a prop you have and says to set it to 1,000,000 billion bajillion upix, and then you do, and then it's like, oh, okay, you are who you say you are. I'm getting that worked out soon, but yeah, the site itself is up. It works, mobile, desktop. It's got you got your profile. You can do direct messaging with other members. You can do group messaging. I've got a blog page set up so leaders of different groups can go and kind of contribute to what I'm hoping will be like a running newsletter of community events. I think if there's anything else I'm missing here. I think that's a pretty good TLD. I mean, y'all know what a social network is. You know what Twitter is. So yeah, if you're interested, just go on over upix.social, sign up, and then I'll get a little ding on my phone and I'll press the approve button. And pretty soon I won't even have to do that.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Absolutely. Yeah, I got a little bit of a sneaky picky at some of the early stuff as well. And you just coded that all from scratch.
Well, sort of. Okay, so the first thing I did was I tried to do it from scratch. I found a 20-hour Udemy course on how to do it from scratch, and I got through it. And then when I was finished, I realized that the course itself wasn't actually complete and didn't include all the features it was supposed to. Right. Yeah, exactly. So I took a few days to cry, and then I went about it a different way. I found some pre-made sections of the website for like a forum and a blog and a members page, and so I put all those in. And so rather than doing everything from scratch, I'm just customizing those and adding on to those. So like, for instance, rather than having it be your first name that you sign up with, I changed that to Upland name. You know, and so I'm working on it that way. It's working out pretty well so far.
Cool. All righty. Keep your eyes and ears and everything on the lookout for that one.
Eyes and ears and what else, Ben?
I don't know, all your bits and pieces, whatever works. I did just throw Metaverse a DM. I don't know if you're available, mate, to give us a heads up on what's been happening with the Creedmoor events. I don't know. Let's see if you're there. Oh, there he goes. Look at that. What an entrance.
That was a great entrance.
Just, you're on mute. There you go. All right.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yay!
So, the Creedmoor Halloween Racing Spooktacular was a hit. We raised over $5,000, equivalent. I think it was a total of 55,080 wax P tokens. And the later auctions came off without a hitch. It was very fun to see people get excited. Again, building off the momentum of the Jackie Sai release in Upland, to see the excitement for another well-known artist to come into the space and get introduced to what the Upland community is about, and have her NFT go for a decent price. Shout out to, I believe it was, oh, I'm blanking on the name, but congratulations to whoever got the Peregrine Honig NFT out there. We then did give away, thank me later, did have the highest online donation. Thank you very much to him for that. And he got an OG Singletary NFT that is a mini movie. It's a 10-second movie that tells the story of some racers. And yeah, it was a total fun project. I'm very proud to have been involved. I believe this week is race week. So we had trials yesterday on Upix Land, Upix World. They're checking out the tracks, making sure it all goes down nicely. I believe today is Tuesday. Tomorrow might be I'll double check with my schedule. I have so many things going on right now for the event and for Buck and Upland. But I believe tomorrow is the first leg of the race. The first groups. There's a group A, group B. I'll get the schedule out to you all a little bit later to make sure that everybody's on Twitch to see the finals. So there's gonna be 2 rounds, and that's where we see who wins what prizes. The top 3 are just incredible. I would have to say probably the bulk of the million Upix value of the whole prize package for all 12 contestants. The track is amazing. Everybody's gonna love the way this layer 2 development with the designers and programmers, TML leading the charge there in Upix world. I think it's going to give everybody the fresh of breath air that they've been waiting for when it comes to Upland. Just check out the graphics, check out the gameplay. It's gonna be amazing.
What else you got going, Metaverse or Buck?
Well, thank you for that segue. yesterday, I had the pleasure, the privilege to interview More Cheese, our lovely co-host here, in our Philosopher's Stone for the Board Uplander Show segment. This is where we kind of just think out loud, think outside of the box. I'm cutting it, I'm editing it. I'm gonna make it look nice and YouTube ready for tonight premiere, probably somewhere near the middle of the night, so that our international peeps can feel like they're getting a first thing in the morning debut. And we had a great talk over an hour and covered everything about Upland that we know, we want to know, and we think we know.
Awesome.
Check it
Can't
out.
wait. Very cool. And yes, thank you, mate, for jumping in there on short notice.
No problem. Thank you for having me. And again, thank you, More Cheese. It was a lovely talk.
I invited Buck for just to talk about his show, and Ben's like, "Ooh, can you do this too?"
No, it worked out
You are
perfectly.
awesome, Metaverse, sir. You're an awesome guy.
Very cool. All right. Now, in MVE news, we shall kick along for episode 58 on our sister podcast. We got show crashed again. This time it was by Dak. It seems to be a bit of a theme happening here. So, yeah, Dak got us up to speed with how things went in the recent car auction. We also talked a whole heap of Upland shizzle. We rambled on about something about Elron. We talked about Matic going up like a mofo. ZTX was giving out free metaverse land, which there's a very interesting spin on the way they're doing their whole land, not even sales, giveaways. UK is not regulated on NFTs yet, and they're fearing a bubble bursting. We had a really good chat about NFT royalties and how some platforms seem to be hell-bent on ignoring them. And then we wrapped it up with some AI alien girls talk, which that clip just went live today. And then lastly, as it shows in the thumbnail, the metaverse explodes, which was a bit of a weird one. So that was the 1 and 2 show for this week. Samurai Aquatics updates. We did have, as we talked about last week, that we completed a reservations test. Well, on the weekend, we did a general showroom test where we put up for sale 5 of each of our items. And that went really well. We got a lot of good information and feedback from that. Basically, what we learned, one of the key points that we learned is that there is still lots of demand out there for these things, which is cool. And myself, I learned that I thought it was a pretty slow process to list everything, but Cheese, you thought it worked out pretty well with me listing the items in the shop.
Yeah, you went pretty fast.
Yeah.
So
Because I have to list the items one by one individually, there is a lag. Like it's kind of almost like a city release where you got to keep hovering over and waiting for things to turn green. Within the UI, everybody had to keep. Well, first of all, you have to keep sending back to the property to stay within. I don't know what you call it. What's the word I'm looking for? Clickable view or whatever. So you could click on and actually go into the showroom to shop. But yeah, it was just a case of having to refresh. I know, is it Tommy Yachts? He cleaned up a bit. Joe grabbed one. A few other people grabbed a few bits and pieces. And yeah, it all worked out pretty well. So that's kind of given us a bunch of information leading up for the big event that's happening this weekend. Now, not that one, this one. So yeah, if you didn't already know, we have our grand opening sale coming up this weekend on Saturday, the 12th of November. I wasn't aware of daylight savings being kicking in, but I'll work around. I can work around these times on my end to fix that up. But yeah, we'll stick with wave 1's going to be at 11 a.m. PT and wave 2 at 7 p.m. PT. We were aiming to have 80 of each model. We're not going to hit that target, but we will have a decent chunk. There's going to be a whole bunch for sale, and we're going to split whatever stock we have. We're going to split that equally between the 2 waves. So yes, unfortunately, we can only do what we can do. There are some people that are, they're going to go to all the effort to go to San Francisco. to try and get involved. And just the way it's set up, people will inevitably miss out. We're sorry for that. Just know that we're doing everything we can to try and help mitigate that. And we are kind of thinking about how we're going to proceed after this first sale. If you have a look at the factory, you will see that I'm kind of at the moment, once we get done with these 2 items, I'm just going to build out the first, I believe it's the first 15 of all the other items. And then we may just take on, it may be a case where we just switch to, custom orders. And of course, priority will be given to our Genesis Wave participants, and also to people that reserve the full 10-piece set. But like I said, we haven't had those discussions internally yet. We probably won't go making any decisions on that until we've run this opening day sale and, taken some more lessons learned from there. I don't know. Is there anything else you wanted to add to that, Cheese?
No.
Yeah. So we don't really know how that's all going to pan out, but yeah, hopefully you can get over there and hopefully everybody can grab something. I don't really want to go to a position where we're just putting things up in the showroom as they come off the factory, because otherwise what I can see happening is someone's just going to sit there and gobble them up and then just become just going to be flipping them on the secondary market. So we'll see how we go. Like I said, we'll play it by ear and see how things pan out. I've already touched on my wine of the week for this week. My win of the week is I now have 1 million in escrow with UCC.
Wait a minute, Ben. You already touched on what? I was waiting for the wine of the week. You guys, you both went through an entire show without having me on. That's my wine. Nobody asked for me. Nobody wrote about me in chat. What a crap show. Oh, you know what? Next time I'm not coming. I've had enough.
No.
Oh,
Yes,
Marty.
Porgies, yes.
Oh my God, puppet rage. It's all happening.
It.
Well, I'll use that as a segue to touch on something Scooby's just brought up in chat. He also meant to say in the bit that upx.social allows for creating both public and private groups. Cool. Apologies, Marty. Yes, well, if you didn't catch it, my wine was the lack of transparency in the UIP #1 vote count. So that was my wine. But yes, my win of the week, 1 million in escrow with UCC after some nice sales. That's about a third of the way to paying off my big final contract for Midtown Terrace. Speaking of which, the 58 builds for that contract are well on the way. And once that's wrapped up, I worked out that that's going to take me, I believe that's going to tick me over to 300 totally contracted builds with the UCC. So I like those big round numbers. So pretty excited about that. Midtown Terrace was 70.7% built last week, and we're currently at 73.1%. And like I said, with the UCC contract, the great work the team over there is doing, we are screaming towards our 80% milestone target. And we'll just see how we're going from there. How are we going for time? All right, we are a bit short for time. So I'll only touch on these things briefly. UDU Evolution 5.0, which we outlined last week. Things are kicking along pretty good with that. As part of that, Finsky has mentioned in the UDU server that there's going to be some changes to how channels are set up. And again, as part of that, we have put the call out to the UDU node managers that you can decide whether or not you want your UDU node channels to be open or remain closed to only people that are involved in that node. Just for reference, Midtown Terrace has been opened up, I believe, Screws node. And did the Bronxdale, did you open that up as well? Or is that still locked down, Chase? Locked down, yeah. So it's up to, like our whole thing over the last probably year has been to give the node managers more and more control over what they do and how they go about it. So yes, if you are a UDU node manager, make sure you let Finsky know how you want to proceed there. One of the other things that's been kicking off is we are working on a rebranding for the UDU. We kind of got a whole yin and yang thing going on. So I'm kind of working on the yin version and Cheese is working on the yang version. Not at liberty to give too many sneak peeks at this stage, although I will give you some idea of the shitty doodles that poor old DTech has to work with. Not that one. That's our image. Oh, it's not going to let me switch. Here we go. So this is the image that I sent DTech. I was like, I want something like this. If you're on the Spotify,
That's
apologies.
awesome.
And it gets even better. So, yeah,
Ben,
we're
you
going.
need to keep this for years down the road. You are going to want this on a shirt 10 years from now. That is so
Absolutely.
cool. I love it. The simplicity.
Yes. Yeah, well, I kind of have these ideas. Now, where did I get this idea from? It's I've got an old Time Bandit show shirt from the what's the crab show? Deadliest Catch. If you've ever seen that. So that's where the inspiration came from. I've been stewing over different ideas for a while. Yeah, on the right, we've got our old school UDU branding that was done up by Screw. And yeah, we're working on a new branding now. So there will be, yep, go Jazz.
You can get your kids to do it.
Yes. Well, I think the kids could have done a better job, mate, to be honest.
No, I thought you worked at a school, right? So you could, as their homework, you can get the kids to submit something.
Yes, maybe. Well, Cheese is working on the kind of puppies and rainbows version, so that might be more that style.
I like option B better. If this is A, I like the other one.
Well, wait until you see it. I don't know. I like the way it's all panned out. I'm not going to give any sneaky peeks on that. Yes. So we'll see. Basically, I wanted something that's uniform. So it's going to say Upland Development United. And then for the nodes, it'll be pretty similar. So yes, that's currently underway too. But yes, if you're horrified after looking at that doodle, I don't blame you. All right, we're going to... No, that just sounds wrong. I'm not going to accept that title. Not going to accept that title.
You.
Moving on. What are we? Let's give away some UPEX, shall we? So last week for the weekly challenge, you were tasked with dropping a story or a brief description in the MBE contest channel outlining how you go about mellowing out in the metaverse. We did have a couple of late entries. Unfortunately, you didn't make it in because I get all that sorted out before I go to bed the night before. So
no.
If you're a bit late, sorry about that.
Drop Rob like he's late. Drop Rob like he's late. Sorry, I couldn't help it.
That's why it's good. Some people just zoom straight in and get it done straight away. Not that one. We're going to skip that one. I can shut that down so this might work properly. All right, let's give away 10,000 UPEX. And Joe is on this wheel, so I don't like anybody's chances. Oh, we got somebody new.
Oh, Upland Felix.
Upland Felix. Now I don't know off the top of my head who Upland Felix is, but it's somebody that took 5 seconds out of their day to go and drop it in. Now I am going to go and just quickly find that. If I can wrangle my share screen. Yes, unfortunately, Rob and Hawaiian Fish, they just missed out. Upland Felix, his entry was, I mellow out with Upland for breakfast, lunch, and tea. There you go. Well done. So Upland Felix, I'll follow up with you in DMs and sort that out. Now, Cheese, I think I'm going to have to do that same trick where I have to pull my escrow balance, my 2 million escrow balance from you to send them the UPEX for the old UPEX. Yada, yada, yada. That was a bit of a kerfuffle last week, but it kind of worked out. All right. Before I forget, Joe and Rob, do you want to give away that stuff now? Because I will forget. Yes, Joe, unfortunately.
Yeah, sure. I'm realizing that you don't have time change, and I'm not early. I'm an hour late. So awesome.
Yes, it was a bit of a kerfuffle at the start of the show, but Rob hooked you up, and Cheese jumped in to cover you as well. So,
yay! Thank you, guys.
Apologies for that. Now, we were giving these NFTs away for people who are here for the snapshot, weren't we? So that's this one. So I can get rid of that wheel. Now there was 3 prizes to give away, so I'm guessing I can roll this 3 times.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Let me get rid of that, and let's see how we go. So this is not for the 1 million Upex wheels. This is for some NFTs.
Ooh.
Got
You're
2
gonna
Frog
take one on
Brothers
the
and a
wheel then?
Pennywise from
That's-
Warner Brothers Funko.
Awesome.
iPhone. I know who this is.
Yeah,
like,
Oh, I have an
Kinder.
iPhone.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Kinder. That's
Right.
right. I invited you today.
That's it. So
Kinder,
get-
hit me up.
now,
Who am I hitting up?
Nice. Congrats,
Thank you.
Kinder. That's
Now,
awesome.
I'm not going to remove that name because that's going to throw me for the Upex, the 1 million Upex wheels. So we'll go again, see what it lands on. Rob's won it himself, or is it ticked over? Rob, did you want to claim that, or do you want to pass it on?
I can't claim my own gifts.
There you go. All right. All right. You watch Joe pop up. Oh, he might not be in. You missed out on the Snapchat. Ah, the Fin Man.
Congrats,
Nice.
Finsky.
So that's Kinda, Finsky, and one more to give away. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I like that.
Mochis.
Is it really? No.
Yep, that's
Is it?
MC.
Yay!
Nice.
That's MC. There you go. All right,
Thank
so
you.
make sure you hit up the lads and claim your prizes. We got some woohoos happening in chat. Nice. Now I did put the call out for a weekly challenge for this week in the UDU server because I was just having a total blank. And this one is care of Umbrella Boy. So Umbrella Boy's idea was to drop your idea for a dream Upland partnership that would be for either personal reasons or that might create the biggest impact. Don't forget to include your who, what, where's, when, whys, etc. And as with most of our challenges, drop that in the MVE contest channel. So that's, let us know what your dream Upland partnership is. For example, mine would be for personal reasons and would be for a partnership with the FIA for Formula One legits, because that's about the only sort of sports related jits that I'd have any interest in, unless it was that or Indy cars or maybe in Australia supercars or something like that. That'd be the only way I'd have a go. So yeah, get your entries in early. Don't wait until the last minute, folks. All right, now let's go back to the 1 million Upex wheels and see who's going to play, and we can wrap up and get out of here. Now, I am going to be kind and I'm going to put Joe in there. Is there anybody else in chat who is not in this list? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Going once, going twice.
Oh, Marty D isn't in there.
Are you trying to double dip?
Oh, Teddy Pig, I see you.
Teddy Pig's there, yep.
I'm sorry. I had to.
That was cute. I liked it.
Nice try. Never trust a
Double
pup.
pig.
Never trust a puppet, my mum told me. All right, let's see who's going to play. And look at that. Speak of the devil.
Oh, wow. Teddy. Oh, my God.
Teddy
you
Pig.
win that. You win that Upex. You can buy my NFT on OpenSea.
Now, Teddy's had a couple of cracks at this. So do you have the wheels ready to go, Cheese?
I do.
Awesome.
Teddy Pig, let me in.
What's the code, Ben?
Oh, Jazz, thank God. I didn't even tell anybody. So the prize is double.
Oh, fuck.
I totally skipped over it again.
Oh, sorry, Ben.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. And you know what? You wouldn't believe the size font I've got that written in my notes. The code word or phrase was "shut up and take my Upex." But yes, no, I completely blanked on that. So I will stick to my word, and the prize is doubled. So 2 million is on the line.
Shut up and take double my Upex.
Yes. So Teddy said he's at work.
Oh, all right. Hold on.
if you're unable to do it live, Ted, we'll just roll with it and we'll assume you want to play on for the 2 million.
All right, so I'm gonna spin
Yeah.
it for you, okay, Teddy?
Yeah, he said sure in chat. So, ooh, this might get me sweating. All right, so yes, every prize on the wheel is now doubled because I'm a bonehead and I can't. Oh, he's just missed the 25K.
Oh my God, that would have been 50K. Oh my God.
Just ticked over. So 1,000, yes. So that doubles to 2,000. But yes, we're going to play on for Teddy.
Let's play on. All right, let's
Ooh.
see. I think I have a process here. Sorry, Ben, but I gotta
3 chances
I gotta do
for
what's right for the
100K.
viewer.
Yeah, absolutely. 3 chances for 100K. Oh, it's
just
close
missed
again.
it.
2 over. So that's 2,500. So that's 5K.
That's 5K, but he
That's
wants to
5K.
go to the end.
Well, you got to go for the 2 mil, don't you? You'd be mad if you didn't.
All right, let's see.
This is where the heart starts pumping. 2 million on the line.
I love the music for this. I wish they could hear it.
Yeah, we can't hear it. It's a shame. Well, here it comes. Here it comes around.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Everyone wins 500.
Everyone wins. That's cool.
That's not bad.
Everyone wins 250, doubled to 500. So
Thanks, Ben.
no worries. I like when those ones go off. It's a pain in the arc logistically, but I like it. So
Wow, we win 1K Upix, Marty. Did you hear that?
I need to get me some puppets.
I see yet.
can you just come off share screen, please, G?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot.
So I've got this snapshot list and I'll have to follow that up. The easiest way, if you're in that list, if you could just send me a DM just to in-game name me. Yeah, so kind of, if you could just DM me that, because I'll forget for sure. Because I probably, because there's so many names in the list, I probably won't get onto that until later tonight. But yeah, I'll follow up and check on everybody.
I got a puppet.
Whew, I can take a deep breath after that. That was a bit oh, you'll have to DM me in Discord,
Wait,
mate,
what?
please, because I won't get that when I shut down.
Geez, you have a puppet?
I have a
got a
chunky
Is that a dolphin?
dolphin.
Flipper.
Fat.
I dropped it.
Is that a dolphin on chopsticks?
Yeah. This is a chopstick
Oh
dolphin.
my, that's awesome.
I can eat with this guy. We'll probably just a noodle at a time.
Evil.
That's like for kids, isn't it?
I'm a kid.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
yeah.
people who can't
Yes.
use chopsticks, yes.
Some might argue all puppets are for children, but I'm okay with it. Got a ton of them.
That's how
Absolutely.
I think dolphins sound.
Geez, did you make that or?
Oh no, I got it from this candy shop. They had like different kinds. Like I saw the dolphin and I thought of Metaverse or Buck because we did we did that
He was on the
we did
show.
that-
Mm.
yeah. Hold
That's
on.
awesome.
I have a
Oh man, that's really going to bite me in the ass for getting that code phrase one of these days.
oh yeah.
That's going to sting.
Oh yeah.
I think I got away cheaply there.
Those are the fat dolphins
The
behind me.
NFT.
Because me and Ben and myself were not quite whales, but
That's
we
right. The
we
NFT.
called ourselves fat dolphins, and those are the evil baby. I can't really.
That was a whole thing we talked about as one of the clips we did. Yeah.
I have this one.
Mr. Buck.
Yeah, those Tamagotchi babies. They'll get you.
That's
yeah,
right.
this one is looking at me.
Till Tama gotcha. I'm sorry.
Ah, he's got my finger. He's got my finger.
Everybody needs to do the puppet screen.
Yeah.
That joke.
The flailing of the arms of excitement.
And are we still recording?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're just about to wrap up.
Wait, isn't that car station like floaty air thing?
I know what's going on. What's happening here?
I think we've gone off the deep end.
All right, let's wrap this up. Reminder that to go in the running for the 1 million UpX wheels or the 2 million UpX wheels. If I continue to be a bonehead, I will stick to that. Jazz did send me a DM and said, maybe you should do a disclaimer, but no, I'll stick to it. You should be in the Zoom at the start of the show for the snapshot. You sometimes need to be paying attention in the middle of the show if I remember to do the code word, and you need to be here at the end, of course, when the wheels start rolling. If you have an Upland NFT or Metaverse product, service, or event to promote, or if you have some kind of community thing going on, like we said, we're all about supporting the community and what's going on. So contact myself or More Cheese to discuss and secure your spots or get involved. All proceeds go towards giveaways and prize on the podcast. And yes, don't forget Samurai Aquatics opening day this Saturday American time, Sunday Australian time. Get on over there and hopefully you grab some cool stuff. Like and subscribe, rate and review, spruik and spam, all that good stuff. Get the word out there. Jeez, get us out of here. What a show.
I love this show. This show is great. Stay fresh, cheese bags.
Are you looking for some of that quality outdoor decor? But you got no freaking idea where to go? Oh, come on over to Samurai Aquatics and Decor for all your outdoor decor needs. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the metaverse, do you? Yeah, just delete that. I'm still not ready. Sorry. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the metaverse, do you? Or maybe some kind of crappy ramshackle building that, I don't know, needs a bit of extra spunk to it or something. And stop mucking about and get yourself over to Samurai Aquatics Discord to see all our available stock. We've got loads of different decor to spend your pretend money on. We've got saunas to fire you up, and ice baths to chew you the fudge out. Literally, stock coming out of our ears. Grills, swings, seating, and more. So much more. And if we don't got it, give us a buzz, and we could probably make it. Get yourself on over to Samurai Aquatics at 30 Aqua Vista Way in Midtown Terrace, San Francisco, lickety split, and gorge yourself on outdoor decor.